Ye pasa chicos, so Sweet just dropped a nuke on the Apex community. He talked about everything, how much money he makes from the Apex, and he paid millions of dollar taxes in last 5 years. I'm just talking about taxes. So grab some popcorn because this video is going to be very long. And now let's start the video with multi-millionaire Sweet Dream.
Leading into champs, there was like trying to see how much I want to say on that topic. Our team LG had like some small issues with things that was like
Any primers?
not related at all to the end game, but like at a game that I wasn't really a part of. Like, I don't know. There was like, I'm not going to bring up anybody else's stuff, but like there was some things that were like kind of like capping our team chemistry, which is like kind of annoying. We kind of worked past it, man. I mean, not gonna lie. I don't know if you anyone that watched our group stage, you would know like we were just kind of like trolling, right? Like people were making stupid mistakes, just like dying, and like we like kind of like locked in for the bracket stages, and like yeah, kind of like the whole like last month or two of Apex for champs, I was like mostly annoyed because there were some things that were completely out of my control that I couldn't fix to members of the team. So I was like, the entire time that's happening, I'm just like, bruh. Because we were actually really good at the meta, like, you know, and we realized that, well, in finals, you know, we actually played pretty well. But that was one of the most fun lanes I've ever had playing Gibby and stuff. I feel like I played insane. But, so, I'm saying that now so that you understand, like, a kind of, like, running level of frustration over the months leading up to champs, right? So that happens.
Any primers?
Champs happens. Champs goes well. Could have gone better. I'm trying to figure out how much I actually want to say. So champs ends, and
Any primers?
I come home, and I think I take like 3, maybe 4 days to like really think about it. And
Any primers?
the conversations that I start to have with people weirdly turn to being conversations about Apex, like the game in and of itself. So before I even spoke to LG management, I had heard a rumor that the Apex partner program was being canceled. For anyone that doesn't know, the Apex org partner program was a stipend that ALGS gave an org for the calendar year to help subsidize salaries, running costs of the team, stuff like that. So most orgs in Apex have come to maybe not expect that money, but they rely on it in a way for what they had previously had set up the years prior. So when they completely cut that funding, which was a significant amount, that overall completely fried the scene when it comes to like, so the easiest way to like visualize that is like individual players' salaries, but the bigger implication is the overall cost a team or the overall budget an organization has for a team. And although the salaries for the players are lower, the budget is lower. So that means it's harder to have a coach and an analyst. It's hard. The already pretty low salaries for those roles have to get lower. Not a fun thing. So that sucks. But you know, that's life. That's reality. So, but that was like the first step of me thinking like, this kind of sucks. So I start to talk with people about teaming, and I don't really think I don't know. I'm not gonna say like exactly the teams that I was considering and who I was talking with about stuff, but you know, yeah, it was probably about like 3 teams they were in the running for. One of the teams I was talking to, like, we're gonna go to another org, and then one of the players decided to potentially come back to play with me at the very end. That was the thing I mentioned in Discord. But the important thing to know is like when I wrote that Discord message, I truly just like wrote it up real quick as like a list of current events that had just happened, and not like my official statement for not playing, if that makes sense. Like I was gonna actually come on stream and like give like a very like in-depth talk about things, but one thing led to another. So the Discord message that was supposed to just kind of be like a community message turned out to be like the temporary official statement, and that backfired completely. But
Any primers?
who cares? Everything I said, and that's true. But you know, if you guys don't like, for the people in Apex community who aren't like in our community, when it comes to like being in Discord, knowing that I play poker occasionally, knowing I'm really into finance and stuff, like that message may have come across like very weird. So it was also really misleading. Some people interpreted that significantly different than I intended. we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so back to the timeline. So Champs ends. I start to talk, and I'm like, all right, Apex is cutting salaries for no reason other than the so the stipend that the orgs got was $100,000. So $100,000 per year to help orgs pay for anything involving competing in Apex, right? Not 100,000 per player, but 100,000 total. So that goes. But yeah, so like ideally we live in a world of esports where like Apex doesn't have to do that, because it is not sustainable from a business standpoint to have to like pay that as well as run the league. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's almost like Apex is trying to cut costs this year to try to find a more viable solution past the ROI, and if that doesn't happen, we'll get to that later. So yeah, I'm bummed out about that, but at the same time, like, so that happens. And then the conversation I have with somebody else is referencing Apex in year 6. And, hey, once again, due to the Discord message and not me actually verbalizing it and explaining it, I needed to, explain the Discord message, right? So, in the message, it says that ALGS year 6 is to be canceled, or extremely likely to be. The disconnect between that message and the reality is, when I say ALGS, I don't mean Apex esports in general. I'm talking about the EA subsidized Apex Legends Global Series, but in year 6, that might not be a thing anymore in place of something else that would facilitate Apex esports. So that's where people are mistaken.
Any
At face value,
primers?
people think without explanation, you wouldn't really know that's coming. Apex esports is bigger than just ALGS. I'll make that clear. So year 6, what I was trying to say is ALGS, the EA subsidized league, may not be existing, but something else might be coming. There were plenty of people that picked up on that, especially if you've heard rumors over the years of some things, especially after EWC. So there were definitely plenty of people that picked up on that, but without clarification, I can understand why people took that at face value, that year 6 like was fully canceled. But Apex Legends lands are now, what is it, 80 teams or 60 teams? You guys remind me. It's like a 60 to 80 team open format that significantly reduces the importance of like online play. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I'm going to have to see how it plays out, because I don't know, 80 teams online or open LAN, 160? Whoa, I don't know about that. 160? I could have swore it was 80. All right, but to be honest with you, that sounded a little
Any
weird.
primers?
For the usual business model and success model for esports that are going into their more mature years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, is, at least in my opinion, is shrinking the competitive scene to strictly quality, building everything you can to boost it up. For example, most games try doing that through franchising. Literally suck all the fat out of the esports scene, all the bad teams, all the bad players, franchise it, get the best teams, the best stuff, go all in on comp. Or a system like Counter-Strike where the game starts to like build around it competitively, and there's like stuff like that. It was yeah, I know, I'm gonna get to that. So that was like the model of esports I thought would work out well, like shrinking the esports scene down to just like the bread and butter of like the best teams, and then building up around that. But Apex went for a different route, which was completely bloating the entire scene and making it like open esports. I don't know about that one. Apex also announced that they're no longer paying for hotels or transportation or anything like that, or maybe flights there. But Apex is trying to cut costs in every way possible. It's almost like they're trying to prove something to the higher ups that they can make it possible without having to spend money, so that they don't have to cancel it for your sake. The reality is, a lot of teams are not going to be able to afford to go without that funding. And now there are not going to be a lot of orgs in Apex that are able to spend a lot of money, because without the partner program, it just seemed like the perfect storm of issues that I didn't want to have to deal with. Ask yourself this. Are you and your 2 teammates who placed 139th in the open qualifiers to come out to a LAN in London willing to spend $3,000 to $4,000 all in for everybody to fly out and get absolutely fucking gangbanged in 140th with 0 prize money and fly home? I don't know. I don't know if very many people are going to be doing that. Actually, you know, the hotel, like, I mean, you'd be surprised. Some of these cities, like, the hotel is like, I don't know, like a couple hundred a night. I guess if you're like only doing 2 rooms, like, I guess it could maybe be like, no, like a LAN is like 6-7 days. Like, it's long, bro. Definitely going to be a couple thousand, at least 3,000 to 5,000. No, you don't have to pay for the flight. The flights are still paid for by EA, by the way, just the hotel and stuff like that. That's kind of those were the decisions made by Respawn, EA, whoever it is, that I did not agree with. That's what caused like the beginning of like, hey, maybe I don't want to play anymore because I don't agree with the direction the game is taking in both a competitive sense, but also what might happen in year 6. So yeah, there's the background of that. Yeah, those are good points. There's definitely probably going to be some like compromises like Airbnbs and stuff, but believe it or not, it's not that easy to find stuff like that in a city with a LAN where a lot of other people are coming. So yeah, I hope it all works out though. But yeah, so yeah, those are the nuanced situations that Apex was having. That this message was supposed to just be kind of like a close to my chest, like Dream Team Discord message, and I was going to explain it on Discord, or excuse me, on Twitch. But hey man, can you teach me poker? How? But yeah, that's just the kind of the reality. But I have been told by multiple credible sources throughout the years of Apex that the likelihood that the ALGS is the league for year 6 is extremely unlikely. Now, people took this, and I should have clarified this a little bit more, but just because ALGS year 6 is canceled does not mean that there is not going to be Apex esports in year 6. But that is rumored to look significantly different than what we're doing now. So yeah, important clarification point there. Apex is no longer financially viable for me, not because I wouldn't be able to make it work with the money, but because I have significant opportunity elsewhere. And ALGS year 6 is canceled. Sure, ALGS may be canceled, the league of EA, but maybe Apex Legends esports would begin to look different. This created a situation in which pay and org support was declining, the commitment to continue the esport was abandoned, and a bunch of other behind the scenes stuff that I can't speak about. Let's just say that there's a rumor going on that ALGS was fishing offers to potentially sell the league out and stuff like that, which may come to fruition for year 6. Anyways, now given the reality, I stopped pursuing the 3 different rosters I had entertained, mostly spread the word to the person that I'm very at least taking a break to see how things shake out. I was actually very surprised with how many people I told that it wasn't leaked that I was taking a break. 2 days ago, I got approached by a top 5 player in the game who's interested in still creating a team. So like without context, I can understand this comment being taken out of proportion as well. So the purpose for me writing this was to underline like my decision making being thorough. There were a couple different rosters I was considering, but then at the very end, so I think I can just say it. It came down to the very end of the wire, and I had the opportunity to play on a great team, and I still decided to not play. If you've spent the last 5 years of your life hating me in Apex and everything that I've done, then I can understand people taking that message incorrectly. But for the people in Discord, I'm sure the reason for me writing that was that, you know, the opportunity was there and I still made this decision. So kind of like emphasize it. So where does this leave us? I'm in no way, shape, or form down with Apex. There's 80 teams going to land. Supposedly there's 160 now or so. I don't know. I'm just taking potentially temporary backseat of things. See if the scope of ALGS broadens and lengthens. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go, baby. Also, potentially broaden the scope of stream to new things. I made more money in poker last night than the offered salary of the next 12 months combined of ALGS. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Did that ruffle some feathers? Good Lord. Yeah, so if you've been in my Discord for a while, or more importantly, you've kind of been a community member, stuff like that, you've known that for over the years, and maybe more so like a year or 2 ago, like I started ramping up talking about like the financial implications of the stream and, you know, certain investments and aggressively investing and trading. For those of you that, you know, very OG community members, you know that I day traded for like a year and a half prior to streaming at the beginning of Apex. yeah, so like kind of those conversations, and then over the last year, poker and stuff, people have seen me post certain things in Discord and certain things at that level. But yeah, this message like made more money in poker last night than the offered salary of the next 12 months combined of ALGS.
Any primers?
So I was reading things on the fucking Reddit where like I read one message that the guy said that I hypothetically made 15,000 in one day, and now it was extremely unlikely, and it had like a bunch of upvotes and like stuff like that. So in like the 50,000 range, I don't really know what to say to people like that. I think it starts with like I really don't want to like be an asshole here, but like, buddy, we are not in the same tax bracket, buddy. Like, I hate to say it, but I mean, some people in the Apex community know, but if you've known what I have pulled off here in Las Vegas, trust me when I say this. Trust me when I say this. We do not care. Yeah. So I don't really want to. I also really like, yeah, maybe poker is gambling a little bit, but for people who really know, poker is a game of skill at the end of the day, at least in my opinion. I truly believe that poker is a game of skill. And the best players are consistently winning. Anybody who's like kind of not really into anything like that, you would think poker is just like anything else. But for people that know it, anything like blackjack, baccarat, anything like that has a house edge, is you will never in the long run win. But poker is a game that the casino takes rake in and just takes money for running the game. But there is absolutely zero edge against you. It is a completely fair game. I see why you might have been very confused and lashing out, because you read the one sentence, no longer financially viable, and then you read the poker thing and put 2 and 2 together and got 22. People with a functioning frontal lobe understand he was just making a point about the poker winnings, not some declaration on his career path as a poker pro. Please eat some more omega-3 fatty acids in your diet, bless. I mean, dude, top 5 comment of all time. In no way, shape, or form. I have recreationally played poker and stuff like this for years. This was just kind of like an anecdote just to like kind of underline the decrease in salary. In no way, shape, or form am I becoming a fucking poker pro. But you know, I've played poker for some time now, and many people in the dream team have spoken to and shit about that. Catch me at WSOP this time, shit. All right, so let's kind of get into like some specifics about money here, just to like kind of broaden your guys' scope of Apex pros in general, but also kind of me personally. So I asked in my Discord a couple days ago how much money people had thought that I had gained pre-tax in about 5.5 years of Apex, all in. When it comes to competing, prize winnings, org salary, stream money, sponsorship deals, ads, incentives, everything all in combined over 5.5 years. Yeah, actually, everyone in chat throw 5 years added up of everything stream, competing, salary, prize winnings up for 5 years. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. So you see how there's like a very, very different disparity in the chat between people who are in the multiple millions and there's people that are, you know, less than 600K. That was like something that I didn't understand, that wasn't very well made over the years as well. So, you know, guys, we're talking 5 years combined. We cleared pre-tax easily in the 4.5 to 5 million range, probably more, not gonna lie. And I don't think a lot of people figured that out like over the years, like just how much money you were making in that range. So I think that's important to note. So stuff like that's important to know as a qualifier for certain things like this, like playing poker or anything like that. Like, I was in literal disbelief at some of the shit that I was reading about how it's unlikely that it was insane to me. Insane. But it stopped being insane when it wasn't really that clear. You know, a lot of professional sports and other esports have a very, very clear. Yeah. But guys, it's also really important to note, although I have had my years streaming where I grinded super hard and shit, out of those 5.5 years, I mean, guys, the first almost 2 years, I didn't even fucking stream. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys like some like specifics, some like real-time specifics about like certain things throughout the years, like financially, because you guys, I think it's interesting to know, bro. I'm kind of popping the collar here and just kind of chilling now. But so, let's start with Apex salaries. So Apex salaries. So the average player in Apex Legends who is not a S tier controller player or S tier IGL / streamer is probably in the 3 to 4K range. Say that's right now where it's at, 3 to 4K, maybe lower nowadays. No, it's probably right around there. Maybe inching up to 5 or 6K, honestly. But the thing to consider, or the thing in the past is if you were a S tier controller player on a team that doesn't have a incredibly big stream, 6K, 6 to 7K is that range, 5 to 7K. Guys, a month or a year, guys, I didn't realize how much of an issue this was. This was the yearly salary of a player who is usually around like an S tier controller player. Monthly salary. Sorry. I don't know if I needed to say that, but isn't yearly salary, monthly salary, suck my balls. All right, so yeah, we're right around the 72K range. Now that is just salary, right? That doesn't include anything else. That doesn't include stream. That doesn't include prize winnings. That doesn't include anything to do with anything else. That is just strictly salary. Exactly, Cosmo. Exactly. 72 to play a game is nothing to scoff at. God, no. But boy, oh boy, do things begin to take off. If you are, so the perfect balance of everything when it comes to being able to get the most amount of salary out of any org is being a big streamer mixed with a good competitive player. That's the real moneymaker. Now, back on NRG with stream incentives, this is where I was at a month and just salary. So that was good. And then on LG, the goal was to get me around the same, but I think it ended up being around, which is fucking insane. And guys, we need to understand here, this is just the beginning. This was one avenue of prize winnings, or one avenue of income. Now, let's add esports earnings. 440,000, and this is missing close to 100,000. Why does it have alternate IDs, Glancer, and locked in? So let's remember this, but this is over the years as well. So but something to consider. Now let's get into Twitch streaming. I've always said that. Now let's back up for a second. Let's go back to the days where I have 21,600 subscribers and around 12 to 15K viewers. All right. Were we all there mentally? So our salary was, back then it was like the 16 range. No, not 100K a day, God no. But this was where we were at back then, like monthly rake just from Twitch. Like it was probably around here on an average, with my biggest month being, so that was like the scalability, and that was possible because of you guys. But that's like how fast it snowballs on Twitch.
Any primers?
So, but here's the issue. But wait, there's more.
Any primers?
Out of curiosity, real quick, what do you guys, so ad agencies have been kind of few and far between nowadays, but even like all the sponsorship deals I did last year and the years prior, like at the peak of Apex on Twitch, these sponsorship deals, you guys do not understand. The top 5 streamers in Apex were literally taking these ad agencies to the fucking cleaners. Like my average deal here, I'm going to read off some things to you guys. You guys remember when I played Overwatch 2? The deliverables for this sponsored stream in the middle of 2023, 2 1-hour streams. No, 1 1-hour stream and 2 2-hour streams and 2 tweets. 5 hours of stream over 3 days and 2 tweets. The offered rate for that, okay, let's make sure we're here mentally. 5 hours of work and 2 tweets. $44,000. All right, next up, Herman Miller. 4/6/2023. Deliverables. 1 stream, 2 hours, 1 tweet. Timeline, April 27th to May 16th. Rate, $16,750. Oh, you remember when I did that thing with Hal and Mandy? That's what that was. Brand Samsung. Deliverables. 1 2-hour sponsored stream, 1 tweet. Rate, $24,200. Brand Samsung. 1 2-hour stream, 2 tweets, $19,200. I know, I did 2 other Samsung ones. I don't even fucking remember them. Samsung was good. Like remember like those games I used to play on stream, like Naraka Blade Point? Naraka Blade Point was like 23 grand. What about Prime Gaming? What was this? Oh, I don't. One sponsored stream, 2-hour stream, 16,600 talent rate. Factor stream. Okay. Oh, remember I used to do Factor? Oh my god, bro. September 30th, 2022. 2 sponsored streams, 2 tweets, $54,000. Like, dude, what? I don't even remember these. Jesus Christ. Factor was good though, low-key. So, okay, so now we're, and guys, listen, there's going to be some fucking mouth-breathing drones that are going to take this as bragging, but I am truly just trying to make a point here that, listen, Apex was fucking crazy. I was so incredibly fortunate. It is absolutely fucking insane. For those of you who know how financially inclined I am when it comes to trading, stuff like that, this amount of income that I was getting over the years, there is a reason why I wasn't like always around to stream and stuff, because, you know, there's a lot of other avenues in my life that I was pursuing when it comes to, you know, stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's just me. And honestly, you guys want to hear something funny? Concord, bro? Nah, I can't say that. That might be in violation of a contract. But let's just say Concord's taking their time. Surprising, that game is still bumping. Anyways, I know this might come as a shock to some of you and some may be sad, but just know I fully intend on making an impact this year, but just need to explore some other options. All right, I'll be fully expanding on this to stream soon, taking questions and stuff. Thanks for always everyone for understanding. From the many homes I've represented over the years, the Chew family's always been us here, excited to continue building. All right, I'm gonna fucking cry. And guys, listen, there's plenty of other people in Apex that were balling just the same. My boy, the almond guy, imperialhal, he's killing it. And so many other people, bro. There are so many people in Apex have been able to make life-changing money. The one thing that I've really emphasized over the years is make your money work for you. And boy, has it worked. Now that that's been said, everybody understands I never have cash on me ever in my life. All right, so this is Apex salary for a year for your average player. This is Apex salary for me, usually. This is how much I used to make. This is how much I made in poker in one game. So there's levels to this shit, guys. And on that note, I'm going to go take that cash to the bank and go to Costco with my beautiful girlfriend.
Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comment section, and if you are new here, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting video. Hasta la vista, baby.